Hello everyone, this is Husketeer back with some more Bronze League Hero! I'm gonna stop myself right there. It's about to get a little bit out of control. Up in the top right side, it is going to be PhaseShift from Clan Furzia. Furzhao. I don't know how you say that. I will let you guys decide. Down in the bottom left side, it is going to be the one. It's not the only. That's actually a lie. It's going to be Hero. Obviously not going to be one of the pro heroes. And fun fact, did you guys know that there are actually 2 professional StarCraft players, both named Hero, and both of them are wicked good. So anytime you hear your friend talking about Hero, just make sure you clarify so you don't have one of those awkward kind of romantic comedy conversations where, you know, you think you're on the same page, but really you're not. And then it's an hour and a half of one of you thinking that the other one doesn't love you, but in reality you actually do. Which actually in this story, that means that you fall in love with your best friend. So good luck with that. Good luck with that rom-com. Either way, we're going to be having a pylon go down for PhaseShift. He looks like he's going to try and go for the Forge Fast Expand, which is something that I am a fan of. Even if you're so bad at doing it that you lose because you don't wall in correctly, I still like doing this build. Up that drone right there got a little bit excited. He is going to go ahead and head on over to this expansion. Is going to be showing up a little bit late. That's okay. Down goes the hatchery right there, and also still no base up for PhaseShift right now. He actually missed his opportunity. Oh my god, this is actually a hatchery first versus Protoss. You almost never see this in any league because in the super low leagues, you tend not to see Zerg players expand right away. But in the medium leagues, your probe can always block this hatchery first infinitely. You can also drop a pylon there to really throw off their game. And that's when you say salt in your game, is when you block a hatchery there with the pylon. But you know what? This is Bronze League Heroes, man. Anything goes, including expansions first versus Zerg. Now, I think the reason that this actually worked out for him, Probe, what are you doing? He's just hanging out over here. I think the reason that this worked out for Hero is because PhaseShift was planning to go for a Nexus first anyway. He saw no spawning pool, and so in his mind, he's just like, okay, well, I'm just going to go ahead and throw down my Nexus. Should be totally fine. But you got to remember, it is a 2-step program. Number 1, throw down your expansion. Number 2, block off their expansion as long as you possibly can. You do not want Zerg getting up that hatchery that quickly. Are going to be having a Forge and a Gateway coming down at the same time. Is he going to be adding anything else into this kind of ramshackle wall in? I think it'll actually work out. What's this probe doing? Is he going to drop down another Gateway? We got some 2 Gateway action going on. No, we just have a probe sitting here. Just going. He's just hanging out. He's okay with it. Double gas going to be following it up for PhaseShift. That probe is making me a little bit uneasy. What's also going to be making PhaseShift uneasy is the fact that there is now an Overlord over here. He's going to be scouting around, sees everything that's going on. Not a whole lot to see up here other than the gas, but if you have a good read, then actually spying that gas is quite useful. The Forge is now going to be done. I love how he still hasn't made any cannons. He's like, let's just go ahead and transfer our workers down here to the natural. We're just going to assume that my opponent is not going to make any units. There's going to be the 2 lings right there. So the probe actually did see that there weren't too many units, although more lings could easily be out of the way. It looks like he's actually going to be going for the plates right now. And down goes the cannon. I feel like this cannon positioning might be a little bit tough with his armies moving in and out and the Cybernetics Core. And honestly, this is what my wall-ins normally look like, where it's not, I mean, it's technically a wall-in, but not really. There we go, got the rally points out of that Nexus, as a big group of roaches could just sit right here and basically kill off everything. But hey, we are okay with that. So we do have the cannons now on the way. They're going to be plopped down right there. We got a Cybernetics Core going to be helping to finish off that wall in. And at this point, it is up to Hero to decide exactly what it is he wants to do. Is it going to be a third base? Is it going to be a roach timing? Right now we do have roaches on the way. He's also got drones on the way here. And our Protoss player is starting to hover a little bit of extra money. He did oh wait, does he not have any gas? Oh my god, he hasn't put any units in gas until just now. That 6-minute gas. I'm like, why does he have a warp gate on the way or anything like that? Well, you know what? He's deciding to go for another Forge just to try and cut into that money. He could try to expand, maybe even throw down a macro Nexus at this point. I mean, when you haven't gotten your gas for this long, it might be a good time for a macro Nexus, which would actually just, that would tickle my pickle, as my grandmother used to say. And no, guys, it is not. Don't take it out of context. That's what I'm trying to say. Don't take it out of context. Come on. She was a sweet lady. Come on. She didn't mean that. You guys are gross. But either way, we did the lair. Now going to be on the way for our Zerg player. Still no third base either. So this is going to be a delayed third base for Zerg. It's going to be quite the pylon wall over here for PhaseShift. And you know what? I like the way he thinks. I have lots of money. I'm supply blocked, so I'm just going to throw down 20 pylons. Don't have to worry about them for 5 minutes, which is actually kind of how I play Protoss as well. The Zealot is going to be hanging out over here. I feel like, you know, he knows his job is to secure this one little entrance over here, but he's kind of like a Rent-A-Cop. He's not really going to be doing his job. He's just more there for intimidation factor. And we do have the Zerglings going to be chilling out. One lonely roach. One is the loneliest number that there ever was. Is that even the lyrics? I honestly don't know the lyrics of that song. I always sing it and pretend like I do, though. And we do have double gas going to be going down once again for PhaseShift. So we are having a macro game. It is kind of fun to see exactly how they place out, and the third base on the way for Hero. So I want to give an advantage to our Protoss brethren, even though he got supply blocked, even though he got his gas way, way late. I feel like the fact that he's able to get his third base out this early is going to be good for him. Does he decide to go ahead and drop down any cannons? We're about to find out. As Hero does have Burrow on the way. He's also got the pneumatized Carapace. Carapace. You can look, guys. It's not like I talk for a living, okay? Pneumatized Carapace is on the way. We also had the Glial Reconstitution. I don't know who came up with these names, but good job to you guys. Really stretching my vocabulary there. We do have the double Evo Chambers going to be going down. And honestly, double Evo Chambers is great. As Zerg, you can actually get them a lot earlier. But hey, who cares? We do have more gateways on the way. And a double Robo. We got 5 gateways. Look, I don't do math. That is for sure for a living. 5 gateways and 2 Robos on the way. He's going to be getting into macro mode right now. Now, thankfully for him, the Zerg has shown no signs of actually wanting to move out across the map whatsoever. Now, keep in mind, as Protoss, you can get maxed out at around the 16 to 18 minute mark if you're left completely alone. We'll see exactly where PhaseShift ends up in that regard. And there's going to be the fake Phoenix right there. I love how he's like actually trying to chase down the Overseer, even though the Phoenix is fake. But that is a hallucination that I would want working for me. You know, even though their life expectancy is 60 seconds, which is like 45 real life seconds, at least he's trying, okay? He's like an intern who actually tries here. But there goes, look, trying to kill another Overlord, does eventually get sent back to Hallucinationville. And these gateways should probably be upgraded into warp gates. There we go. There's going to be the robotics bay on the way as well. And I gotta say, overall, 6 resources have been lost in this game. Which, was that a canceled building? I don't know exactly what the 6 resources caused by. I honestly forget. Please forgive me. But 6 resources lost so far in this game. So I can't help but feel like our Protoss player is still in the lead. Sure, he's behind in supply. Sure, his army at the 11-minute mark consists of 1 Zealot and 2 Sentries. But you know what? He hasn't lost 6 minerals, now has he? So he's gonna be the one who's in the lead in my mind. This base has been done for quite some time. It is definitely abandoned over here, as that is just going to be kind of hanging out. We also have more gateways on the way. You know, PhaseShift may have no army now, but he's going to have enough buildings that he can warp in an entire army whenever he decides to get around to it. So right now, we do have a lot of the units going to be chilling out over here. The continued creep spread from Hero. You know, it's slow, but it's steady as he is working out all the way across the map. This base over here is starting to get saturated just a tad bit. We do have 9 larvae on the field. Still just the 1 Zealot, 2 Sentry army. Oh, he's finally warping in some reinforcements right now. Stalker's showing up way late to the party. But you know what? I gotta say, if I was playing StarCraft, both of these guys would be good neighbors. They don't attack you. They don't try and steal your women. They don't try and kill you with a mothership or anything like that. So really, they're actually pretty good neighbors. A lot better than my current neighbors that just moved in. But either way, we are going to be having the Robotics Bay on the way. And also, double Colossus. I love how he also has 2 Colossus queued up, because at this point, he's got money to burn, man. Why not buy many new Colossus? He is working on the upgrades as well. So this is where Protoss going to start really kicking into that macro overdrive. But at the same time, needs to make sure to protect his base down here. Here comes the big Zergling counterattack. Going to be running down to that 3rd base. Looks like, he is definitely going to be losing more than 6 minerals here, as the probes trying to get out of there. Unfortunately, they're bumping into each other, and they're way too polite to shove them out of the way. I do believe at least that these Zerglings will get taken out. Will the Nexus go down is a big question. Looks like the answer is going to be no. The League's got to try together. The Colossus have already been waiting for them with that top 3 idle control, man. They're going to hang back there and actually end up killing off a lot of them as the Lings try and run on by. We got the Hero Swarm host now going to be on the way, as they're going to be chilling out down here, just hanging out by the Spine Crawler. You know, really the Spine Crawlers are kind of like the water coolers of Zerg. You always just want to hang out by them to gossip a lot. You have to be careful, though, because you know what they say. spine crawlers do have ears, so you got to be careful what you say. Don't ever smack talk the spine crawler. You can smack talk everyone else, but just be careful out there, guys. Stay frosty. But either way, we do have lots of drones going to be on the way, and actually pretty good saturation overall. I mean, 18 is a good number here. Also 18 right there. Very nice. We also have 11 here with the new base on the way. So even though this is way behind where it's supposed to be, the idea is good. Hero has the right idea right now. How's he doing on gas income? Has 3-3, and remember that Zerg definitely need a lot of gas, and 3 there. All right. His ideas are good. His execution could be a little bit better, but you know what? He's got a good game plan. He's sticking to it, and so far it's been working out for him. He's also going to try and once again go for the counterattack over here as PhaseShift already losing lots of probes in the first counterattack. Now he's going to be losing even more, but guess what? There's even more Protoss units right now to intercept these links. Can they kill off the Nexus here? I believe the answer is yes, but at what cost? That is so many Zerglings just roasted alive. Oh my god, laser beams coming on out. That actually evens up the resources lost overall, but still does not have that base just yet, as he will have to. I mean, the rubble hasn't even subsided. Apparently there's rubble like underground. Do you guys see that? That's like totally, that was totally underground rubble, but that is okay. Either way, this army is actually terrifying. His supply has skyrocketed now, 135 versus the 159. Upgrades are at 1-1. 2-2 upgrades are on the way. Guess what, though, for Hero, he has the same upgrades, but he is going to need some Hero Hydras and Roaches here because this is not the ideal composition to go up against versus Protoss. But guess what? When Protoss does not have Blink, you can't really get super cost effective with these Stalkers right now. It's the Colossus in the back that are just destroying right now. Probably want to kill those. Oh, God, the Locust out of control. He's trying to run from the Locust, but they're doing so much damage, killing off a Colossus. Oh, God, he is finally going to clean those up, but this army, I feel like this is the Rookie army, man. This is like in every war movie where the Rookie shows up in the pivotal battle and gets blown up instantly. That is what they were. The Rookie army have not, they're definitely not veterans. I mean, they may be a mentor, they may be an instructor, and maybe even a master, but they are not a veteran. That is for sure. And you can see these guys are still disciples, so they have a long way to go. Either way, I feel like he was at least able to go ahead and get that Nexus up and running, but really no good control there. Means that Hero is actually able to deal with this just fine. And Roach movement speed underground is actually ridiculous right now. You'll see how fast it is there once they start moving again. And Roach Burrow is just terrifying. Look how fast those little suckers are. God, they're so fast, and that is actually making me a little bit scared. Like, I'm actually getting the heebie-jeebies, thinking there might be roaches under me as I cast this. They are so fast. But either way, we do have that 4th base going to be on the way, and probes got that long-distance mining going. Where was this probe at? These cannons were told to be warped in like a minute ago. Feel like he joined us from another game. Just go ahead and warp those in. Right now, it does look like this army now at 2-2. What is Hero at? He should be pretty close to 2-2. And indeed he is. He is working. He already has the +2 range, but now he's working on the +2 melee. So really putting the Zevo chambers into overdrive, working on those upgrades. So that's going to make the Zerglings nice and robust. Although, when you're going up against this many Colossus, I don't know if robust Zerglings is really what the answer is going to be. The creep spread's still very slow, but very methodical as he has slowly spread his way out almost all the way to the 4th base over here. We'll see if he can continue to do that. And meanwhile, the army's still just going to be chilling here in the center. But hey, this is how Bronze League Hero games go. And this is actually how my games go, to be completely honest. I normally just kind of sit back and wait for something to happen as Protoss, especially as Protoss. I just want to get up my big death ball. Now, right now, this may actually be way too Stalker heavy. I mean, Stalkers are good, but if you don't have Blink, they're not going to be that great. And the Colossus are good as well, and the Colossus are not too in threat of dying. Oh, God, go for it. Go for it, PhaseShift. You got this. He had a little bit of hesitation there, but for no reason. Got to be able to kill off all of these units. There's even observers here to spot those burrowed roaches. They're going to get shot at. But at the same time, Hero has so much money in the bank, and I think he ended up losing that battle so one-sidedly. All of a sudden, PhaseShift looking to be in pretty good shape. Can easily kill off these Swarmos now as well. Thankfully, he's not making the same mistake they made in the last engagement right here. You want to kill those Locusts. They do a lot of damage. What do you do? What is this dance? The Rookie dance. The Rookie dance. This army is terrified of like 3 Locusts, allowing the Locusts to do way too much damage. And keep in mind that Locusts actually do a shocking amount of damage. It's like actually absurd if you just let them sit there and kill. If you just let them sit there and kill you, they do a lot of damage. And the thing is that sure they do 14 damage, but they only have a range of 3. It might as well be melee at that point, so you can kill them quite easily. Either way, this army, you know what, guys? I know you love the song. You can dance if you want to. You can leave your friends behind. In the case of war, I don't know that leaving your friends behind and also dancing is really the key to success there. So definitely want to turn off your iTunes and not be doing that anymore. But either way, we've got the Hydralisk over here. Gotta be getting taken out. And I gotta say, you know, that definitely makes up for the Locust fib there. I think fib's a good word. I think it's a good way to describe that. And do we have the observers with the army? Where do they go? Or they get taken out? No, there are 2 observers there. They aren't hotkeyed with the army, though. That's the secret. You know what is also the secret? The rest of the army isn't hotkeyed with the rest of the army. He's only got a couple of Colossus hotkeyed here. And everything else, he's just manually selecting these bad boys and refuses to select anything else. And is going to finally go ahead and get off these creep tumors, which honestly, killing the creep tumors is the way to go. Probably wants to hotkey these guys pretty darn soon. It makes the game so much easier to play. But either way, the Locusts are getting taken out. More Stalkers have arrived. This is a 166 supply versus 136. And overall, units using 60 probes to 74 drones. That means Protoss has a huge army advantage. Just needs to go for it. Just needs to go for it right now. Kill off those swarm hosts. Kill off everything he can. Although there are lots of spine crawlers here, so maybe, just maybe, he could back out and go for the other exposed bases. But he's decided to man mode it. And once again, got to be doing the dance of happiness where he just sits on top of these swarm hosts. Does eventually decide to get out of there, and we'll be able to, with a little bit of micro, to be able to kill these off. This dance is a little bit better. This is like watching Dancing with the Stars in the first round. Everyone's just really, really bad. But the Colossus Archon army now is going to go ahead and move out. But really, our Protoss player is still looking in pretty good shape. 14,000 resources lost for Hero versus PhaseShift's 9,100, but has way more money in the bank is Zerg. Not really using that money. I mean, sure, he's making Mutalisks, but what else is there in store? Not a lot of larvae, that's for sure. So he does have Mutalisks on the way, and honestly, I don't know if Mutas are going to be a very good choice right now. No upgrades on these Mutas. He does have the +1 attack on the way. Not nearly going to be done in time, though. And the army over here, I mean, this is a lot of anti-muta. You got tons of Stalkers. You got tons of, not tons. You have 2 Archons. And Archons probably don't weigh very much. They probably weigh as much as like a cotton ball. So it would take a lot to get a ton of those. But it's like that old joke that people used to tell in middle school. Like, what weighs more, a ton of feathers or a ton of bricks? And then it's like, nerd, they both weigh the same. And it's like, shut up. You know what? Take your stupid trivia to someone who cares. And I can't believe you got me. I'm actually really embarrassed by that. But we do have the army right now. Going to be chilling out here in the middle. And actually got to watch out with those Mutalisks here. More Creep Tumors got to get taken out. Creep Tumor cleanup is vitally important for Protoss. You want to delay those counterattacks. You want to delay the surrounds. And you want to delay the defense as long as you possibly can. And that's exactly what killing off the Creep Tumors basically does. So at this point, it looks like he's going to go ahead and move on. Nope, he's just chilling out in the middle. He's just hanging out there in the middle. And not really going to be doing anything with that. Oh, what he's also not doing anything with is the base up here. He's only got 5 probes mining there and 5 mining here. So we saw a lot of saturation for Zerg, but now for Protoss, here we go. A huge attack. Once again, the Protoss army has found itself completely on top of the Swarm Host. Has finally killed off the Swarm Host. Is there enough stuff here to kill off the Mutalisks? The Archon, man, going to town. 8 kills on that guy. Now up to 10. The majority of these are very valuable units, although his arms are not long enough. Why are these Zerg units just not dying? Not enough anti-air, I suppose, as he was able to do quite a bit of damage there with that attack. 1 Mutalisk survives that engagement. And those observers might get taken out if they're not careful by flying too close to the Spore Crawlers, which is always a common mistake for Protoss. As the stack defense finally does go down, somehow yet another Colossus has fallen. And at this point, it is 6,000 resources for Zerg in the bank. He just needs to get out the larva. Well, he actually has 20 larvae here, so we'll see exactly what he does. And once again, PhaseShift on the move command, which I get what he's doing. He's trying to get right up there in the army, but remember, the whole point of Protoss is to not be directly on top of the army. That is what Zerg wants you to do, so it's a trap, as good old Admiral Akbar would say, as he's trying to run up the ramp, and actually has managed to break up the ramp. Will kill off the hatchery, maybe, which will delay about 1,000 gas in just a little bit. Not the most precious base that Hero has. So losing this one is not the worst case scenario. More roaches are on the way. More Mutalisks now on the way. He's just making a handful of units here. Literally a non-stop battle at this base. More reinforcements for Protoss rolling in, but once again tries to get too close. I hope that PhaseShift is learning from his mistakes. Will he become self-aware? Will he become the Terminator that he needs to be right now? We're about to find out. Still all that money in the bank. And that is going to be an evolution chamber getting taken out, which means no more upgrades for Zerg. as these roaches will get taken out as well. They do go ahead and burrow to run away, getting that awesome regeneration, but they will eventually get taken out here as well. Another Colossus is taking lots of damage, but guess what? It's only a couple roaches at a time. What is Protoss doing back at home? This guy still has not been upgraded into a warp gate, but that's totally fine. As we do have Stalkers now going to be warping in, and the counterattacks of the Zerglings are going to not really be that effective. This base still only with 5 mining units. This one does have more, 21 out of 24. No one is on gas, though, which gas right now for Protoss will be super handy because you can just keep warping in Archons. I mean, look how many of these gateways he actually has, and there he goes right now, warping in those High Templar. Did he ever research Sidestorm, or is he more of an Archon guy? Where's even his building? There it is right there. No Sidestorm research, which would have been super handy, is instead got to be going for those Archons. Getting the shield upgrades might be really, really good right now. But I think my pro tip of the day is that if you make 1,000,000 gateways, that is awesome. Just try to upgrade all of them. This is actually a mistake that I make quite a bit. The 3 cans over here might be able to hold the line. We'll see if Protoss decides to fall back or not. He could go for a Mothership Core, but nope, decides to go ahead and warp in these Zelts. They should be able to actually hold this off just fine. 3 attack on the Lings, though, making that a little bit more of a challenge than it really should be, as the majority of the Zelts will survive right there. They could easily join up with the army, or he can lead them back there to defend against the counterattacks. Not that there's really a whole lot going on right here, but you know, he needs every little bit of income that he can get, and right now that income is heavily favoring Zerg, as Protoss now trying to figure out, how do I seal the deal? He's got lots of Zealots on the way, lots of Zealots. These are actually all Zealots. There's the Observers. One Colossus taking the scenic route over here. He says, hey guys, I actually know a shortcut, which might actually end up costing him his life. Although, no, he actually joins up with the army perfectly there. Is going to be taking lots of damage from the Spines and Spores, managing, though, with a little bit of micro to save it. For a little bit, not enough micro, though, as it is actually now out of the way, not joining the battle. There he goes now. He's going to go ahead and join right now. Once again, getting close to the army. PhaseShift, you can't do it. I know you want to give him free hugs, but you just can't do it. Zerg do not reciprocate those free hugs at all. They stab you in the back, they shoot you with acid, and then they shoot you with broodlings that burst out of your chest, and then you die. That is what happens when you try and hug a Zerg. Not a good idea. Last Observer going to get taken out here as well. This base, though, lots of drones down here. The majority of these guys should actually survive. More reinforcements. Oh, wait, did these Zelts never actually join up with the army? I don't even know, but they're going to be running down there right now. Our Zerg player, still having lost vastly more resources, has so much more money in the bank. What's he decide to make with it? 4 drones, 2 Hydras, an Extractor, a Roach, and a Queen, which is not exactly what he needs here to hold off this impending army. Oh my god, this drone is 1 HP. Is he going to survive? Is he going to survive? Oh my god, that drone is actually going to live for now. And once again, PhaseShift is going to do it again. There's another hatchery up here randomly. We'll see if that hatchery survives or not. And actually killing out the hatchery here, not the biggest deal. He actually needs to go for the other bases. But these hugs have been turned around on him, and no one likes a Zerg hug unless you are the Zerg player. Actually able to clean that one up. Now the supply is 86 to 94. Our Zerg player, he's got so much money, but does he have any way of spending it? Well, he probably does. He just needs to actually think about it and maybe go for something other than Mutalisks and Zerglings. But hey, what do I know? As we do have the Roaches right now, got to be breaking down the right with the Stalkers again. This is, you know what, PhaseShift, I love you. I love the thought process you had, but just do not be giving Zerg players hugs, man. That is exactly what they want. It's a trap. It's just like having relatives over for dinner that you don't see very often or for Christmas, and you fall into the mistake of talking politics with them. It's always going to end badly, and we do have the Zergling Roach army now chilling out of here. The Observer's still somehow alive. I feel like this Observer deserves his own movie. We'll call it The Last Obs, or maybe The Last Observer. But either way, in a world where stalkers are way too friendly, one observer observes it all. These are the chronicles of The Last Observer. I don't know, my movie trailer voiceover needs a little bit of work. And big counterattack got to be coming over here, and it looks like the attack is going to be a huge success. As all these probes are getting taken out. Well, some of them are. A little bit of micro, they're going to be buying those probes a moment of time. But I honestly don't think PhaseShift can recover from this. This may be it. I have to say, Hero, he had a good plan. He stuck to it. Are his mechanics perfect? No. But his decision-making was, hey, it was a little bit slow. It was 10 minutes behind the rest of pro players. But you know what? Hero, you're showing potential. And if you keep training, you won't be the first. You won't be the second, but you will be the third hero who is a professional gamer. So go ahead and give it a shot, man. And unfortunately for PhaseShift, he just doesn't have any money. He has no gas income whatsoever. He's still not mining gas here. These have been unmined the entire game. And he did expand over here once again, but I think at this point he just does not have a whole lot going on for him. And the Last Observer is not going to be getting a sequel. That is for sure. He gets taken out right there. There he goes. PhaseShift actually just leaves the game. Hero is victorious. Hero is your winner, not to be confused with the Korean player Hero, who is also not to be confused with the Korean player Hero. Unless this hero is Korean, and then that really kind of complicates things a little bit. But either way, I hope you guys enjoy it. Bronze League Hero is always fun. Big thanks to my friend Sinvicta. His YouTube channel is a link down below. He's actually been uploading a ton of videos, and is also the one who sorts through and live streams the sorting process of Bronze League Heroes. So if you want to see the very best... Wait. No, it's the very worst of the very best of the very worst. Then you can watch him sort through the replays, because there's some pretty bad games in there, but always hilarious to watch. You can also send in your own replays, huskyreplays@gmail.com. That is HUSKY replays@gmail.com, and make sure they are on the newest patch, guys. If you have an epic game from last patch, please don't send it. It just makes the sorting process that much longer, because it closes the StarCraft client. It opens up the old StarCraft client, and then when you exit the replay, then you have to reboot StarCraft again, go back to the replay. So it's like an extra 20 steps. So, long speech short, please send us new replays, huskyreplays@gmail.com. Hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you guys next time.